1, 2, 3. Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon, students. How are you?
Good afternoon, students. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I want to know who joined our class. We'll start now. 10. Are you here, 10? Absent, right? Okay. Next, I didn't. Absent. Asia. Absent. Okay. Hugo.
Present.
Thank you. Ishi, are you here? Absent, right? Okay. Julong, are you here? No. Okay. Palekhan.
Present.
Thank you. Poopa.
Present.
Thank you. Nephew absent, right? เจ้านาย absent เป๊ะ next ก้อย and then boom boo boom. Can you hear me? Boom.
Present.
Thank you. Grape.
Present.
Thank you. Yok.
Present.
Thank you. Úc Ít.
Present.
Thank you. ฟ้าใส
Present.
Thank you. ไข่มุก Can you hear me? No. Okay. บัว
Present.
Next. บัว Thank you. จีน
Present.
Thank you. ใบบัว
Present.
Thank you. ข้าวหอม
Present.
Thank you. โบนัส
Present.
ข้าวหอม
Present.
หุยเล้ง
Present.
Thank you. ใบบัว No, sorry. ใบตอง Absent, right? Okay. Idea.
Present.
The last. ข้าวกล้อง
Present.
Thank you, student. Turn on your camera, please. Okay, we will start now.
Hey, welcome back everyone for another beautiful Monday for some beautiful mathematics. Yes. We are still busy with triangles. I hope you guys are excited because we're going to look a little bit more in depth into triangles today. But just again, the rules for the semester: always turn on your camera. Please speak as much as possible. Remember, the more we speak, the better our English becomes. And also ask a lot of questions. If you don't know or you are unsure, you should be asking me. You should never be afraid to ask me. Okay. So in triangles, unit number 1 of the book 2, we looked at some different parts of triangles. So let's just quickly run through them again. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because we've done this now a couple of times. Just important concepts is the base. The base, they will either give you the base, which is this one here, or they will give you the apex, which is in this example, this one over here. And through that, we can calculate our base angles, which is ABC or BCA, or we can calculate our apex as BAC or CAB. And then the lines that touch the apex and the base, they are our adjacent sides, and they are measured as a line and not as an angle. Okay, just quick, basically going through what we have done, nice and fast. Not going to spend a lot of time. The next one we looked at is how to calculate the height or altitude of a triangle. And for that, we need two things. We need the base and we need the apex. If we have the apex, we know that we can draw a line perpendicular to the base. Now, perpendicular means exactly 90 degrees. And we'll look at the 90 degrees triangle today as well. Okay. And then we looked at how do we measure a triangle, or the certain angles inside the triangle, like the one at the bottom here. For example, if you're moving from left to right, we follow the outside measurements. And when we measure from right to left, we follow the inside measurements. Because we don't want to do a lot of additional mathematics. We just want to see what the angle is. With my pen running away from it. So yeah, this one we measured as 45 degrees over here. If we measure the other side, you can see it will be 135 if you measure from the incorrect side. It will be 135, then you have to take 180 minus the 135, which will give you then your 45. So rather than doing that, we just follow the smaller numbers all the way until we get to the correct angle. Very good so far, very good. Hope you guys are listening. Just quickly going through, we've done this before. Okay, so we're going to start again today at types of triangles. We quickly looked at them towards the end of the previous lesson, but we have not spent a lot of time actually discussing them. So let's hope you guys are ready for some speaking, because it's your time to shine. So we have 6 triangles. I want us to practice the words so that we get familiar with them, and we also start learning how to pronounce them. And hopefully we remember what their meaning is. So the first one to the left there is our equilateral triangle. So I want all of us to say together, equilateral.
Equilateral triangle.
One more time, equilateral.
Equilateral.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Now, equilateral means all the sides of the triangle are the same length. They are all equal. So if the adjacent sides to the apex is 2 centimeters, then their base will also be 2 centimeters. All 3 sides are equal length. And within an equilateral triangle, we know triangles usually add up to 180 degrees. So each angle in an equilateral triangle will equal 60 degrees each. 60 degrees each. Because all 3 of them are exactly the same, so they must add up to 180 degrees. Okay. The next one is the isosceles triangle. So all together, isosceles.
Isosceles triangle.
You can say isosceles or the isosceles. It's up to you. There are 2 ways of pronunciation. So let's one more time. Isosceles.
Isosceles.
Very good, very good. Now the isosceles has 2 angles, which are 2 lengths, sides which are the same length, one side which is different. Okay, so two sides are the same length, one is different. And then the one that we don't usually ask too much in the question papers is because it doesn't really have a lot of rules we can follow when calculating, is the last one here, is the scalene triangle. So altogether,
Scalene triangle.
again, one more time, scalene.
Scalene.
Very good, very good. Now, scalene has no equal sides, no equal sides. It's a very awkward type of triangle. It has no equal sides. So if you look at the triangles by angles or interior angles, we have three different triangles we can look at there. First is the right triangle. Now, how do we identify the right triangle? There will be a small square or rectangle drawn in the corner. This identifies or shows me that this angle is exactly 90 degrees. It is exactly 90 degrees, meaning the line moving down and the one moving this way meet each other at a perpendicular angle, which will give us a 90-degree angle. The 90-degree angle triangle has a lot of mathematical calculations we'll learn in future years to come. It's a very interesting triangle and you can do a lot with it with mathematics. The next one is an acute triangle. Altogether, acute triangle.
Acute triangle.
Now, what does the word acute mean? What does the word acute mean? Less than 180 degrees. Or is it less than 90 degrees? Which one is it? Which one is it? Who remembers?
Less than 90 degrees.
It's less than 90 degrees. Thank you, bonus. Less than 90 degrees. How do we know that? Because acute is small. Acute is small. If you see a small cat, I always tell people, if you see a small cat, it is very cute. So I use the word cute with the angle to show it that it's a small angle. Acute angle, small angle, less than 90. Now, obtuse almost reminds me of the English word obese, which means very big. So obtuse is very big. So that one is more than 90 and less than 180 degrees. So all together here, let's say together obtuse triangle.
Obtuse triangle.
All together, student.
What time? Obtuse triangle. Okay, excellent. Good job. Good job. So that means one of the angles inside the triangle will be more than 90 degrees. And that is how an obtuse triangle is formed. This page in your book, page 14, is a very important page for triangles. It will be good if you could study that. It will help you a lot also with geometry in the future years. You remember that. So we had a look at this. I'm not sure. I don't think we looked at this last time. So I want to spend a little bit of time, not too much time on this, just so that we have an idea of what we are doing. So the first one here, they say we have to classify each triangle according to its sides. So number one is for the left-hand side of the previous page, or by sides. So let's see, they give us an example here. The example is an equilateral triangle. All the sides are the same. Do you see how they show this to us? There is two lines that they draw in each of the sides. Now these two lines they draw on each side shows us that those sides are equal. That's how they show those sides are equal. So what about number one? What type of triangle is number one? What type of triangle is number one? What's the name of that triangle? Who can tell me? Number 1 over here on the right hand side.
Right triangle.
Again, please.
Right triangle.
Tam, 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 ta, 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 ta. It's the right triangle. It's the right triangle. Excellent, excellent, very good. Why do we know that? Because you can see it is 90 degrees here. I would have liked if the picture drew that for us, because they usually do that. Otherwise, you don't know if this is 90 degrees or it might be 85 or 92, and then it's not a right angle triangle or a right triangle anymore. Number 2, what do we think is number 2? The name of number 2. Over here. This one over here.
Equilateral triangle.
Oh, well done. That's very good pronunciation. It's an equilateral. If I can spell it correctly, equilateral triangle. It's the equilateral triangle. Very good. We know that because, again, they have 2 lines here, 2 lines here, 2 lines here, meaning all 3 of them are equal in length. So it's an equilateral triangle. And the last one, number 3. What do we think? What do we think is the name of this triangle? What is the name of this triangle? You can tell me. It's an interesting word. Anyone? Anyone? Number 3. What's the name of number 3? You can tell me.
Student, can you try?
Acute.
Starts with an I.
Isosceles.
Isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. Very good, very good. If you read carefully, they say it's for our, we must look at the sides. So this right triangle is a right triangle when we look at it because of the angle of T. But it is also a scalene triangle because none of the sides are equal. Here we can see on the isosceles triangle, there are 2 sides that are equal and they are marked here. One line and another line. They mark it to show us those 2 are equal. And according to that, we know what the answer will be. 2 equal sides, isosceles. 3 equal sides, equilateral. No equal sides, scalene. Okay. So now they want us to measure the angles. We have to also classify each triangle according to its angles. So now we're looking a little bit more towards the angles and not the sides. So obviously for the first one, we have an example. So let's quickly run through the example before I let you guys try your hand at answering the rest of the questions. So here they give us a triangle SOR with 3 angles, number 1, number 2, and number 3. So angle 1 we have to measure is 60 degrees, angle 2, 50 degrees, angle 3, 70 degrees. So because of that, we all know that all of these are below 90. So that's why we say it is an acute triangle. It is an acute triangle. Okay. So let's start with number 1 on the right-hand side over here. Angle 1. How many degrees is angle 1? You can measure it with your compass. Your compass, your protractor. Excuse me, your protractor. You can measure it with your protractor, or you can look at it and take a guess and tell me. Better to always measure. So angle 1, how many degrees is it? Anyone? First one over here. And then we have the second one here we have to measure. And the third one over here. The first one I will help you. I will help you with the first one. First one is 90 degrees. Why? Because it forms a right angle at angle O. It forms a right angle at angle O. So that's why we know it is already 90 degrees. You can go measure it and see it is 90 degrees. Or you can look at the picture and see what they tell us. And what they've told us is that angle is 90 degrees. So the other two angles you'll have to measure. You can tell me, what is the degrees of angle 2?
40.
40. Okay, 40 sounds right to me. 40 I can take. Yes, very good. And angle 3?
50.
50. So in this instance, you only had to measure one angle. You only had to measure one angle, either angle 2 or angle 3. Why do I say that? Because a triangle adds up to 180. And we already know angle O is 90. So if we measure either 2 or 3, we just deduct that as well, and we will get to the third angle. Triangles are very nice to work around because you have a lot of information to use if you know how to use it. And that's why we are practicing these type of exercises. So triangle POT, what is the name of this triangle if we talk about its angles? What is the name of this triangle if we talk about its angles?
Right triangle.
Excellent, excellent. Good job. That is 100% correct. The right triangle. The triangle. Very good. So let's see number 2 on the left bottom side of the page, on page 15 here. At the bottom left, number 2. We have 1, 2, and 3 angles we have to measure. Now these ones we have to at least measure 2 angles. At least measure 2 angles. Otherwise, it's impossible to find the third one. So quickly go ahead and measure. I'll give you a minute or so to quickly measure those ones. If you have an answer, you can tell me. You can tell me what is the size of angle 1? What is the size of angle 1? Does anyone know? Does anyone know what is the size of angle 1?
I got 30.
30 is 100% correct. 30 is 100% correct. What about angle number 2? Also 30. Everyone get 30? Did everyone get 30?
Yes.
Okay, what's the last angle size?
120.
120. Excellent. What do we call this triangle? If you look at
Obtuse
it,
triangle.
obtuse. Excellent.
Triangle.
Obtuse triangle. Triangle. Okay. And the last one is very easy. If you can see the last one, they didn't give us any lines because they want us to measure, but we can add the lines here and we can see this is an equilateral triangle and all sides will add up to 60. And then this will be an acute triangle. This last one is an equilateral triangle, also known as an acute triangle. All sides are 60 degrees. Okay. Whoop, boom. Clear off everything there. The next page. So here, I want for number 3. Number 3, I want you guys to do for homework. Number 3, I want you to do for homework. I will send your homework also in the line group so that you know exactly what to do. So we'll come back to number 3 when that's going to go for homework. Because I want to start with something before the time ends. And that is drawing of triangles. Drawing of triangles. Also a very fun exercise to do. And let me see, I think I prepared something here for you. Okay. Drawing of triangles. The one thing we always need if you want to draw triangles is a compass. Now I don't have one, so I made my own. With 2 pens and some rubber bands. Not going to work very well, but I made my own. The first thing to do when you need to draw a triangle is we draw the base. We draw the base. So I'll show you on this example I have here. I'll do a new example. Let me just grab another page. And I'll draw a base. Once I've drawn the base of my triangle, I want to find out what's my question. So the question says, we have to draw a triangle with the sides being 4 centimeters. So then we grab the ruler over here. And we have 1 up to wherever. And we put our compass on the beginning. And then on this length we want. Now mine won't work perfectly. I'll just show you. You put it on the length that we want. So once you have that length of your protractor and on your compass, you put your one line. Let me make a hole here. Make it easier. So you put your one side on your baseline. On your baseline. Let me show you on the screen, it's better. You put the one side on the baseline and you draw an arc. You draw an arc. So your protractor, the one side will be here and your other side will draw this arc, which is 3 centimeters. Then you keep your compass the same and you go to the other side and you draw another arc. And you draw another arc. Make sure that the 2 lines cross in the middle. They have to cross somewhere because this cross is the tip of the triangle. This is the tip of our triangle, the apex of our triangle. So once you draw the one arc and the other one, you draw the other arc. So you put your protractor on the base and you draw an arc. And then you switch it to the other side and you draw an arc. Once you've done that, you connect the lines with a ruler. You connect the lines with a ruler. Very important to use a ruler because we want to be as accurate as possible. We need to be as accurate as possible. And that's how you can draw a triangle. Now this one is not perfect because I do not have all the necessary tools that I would need. But we have everything we need right here. So first things first, you can see on step 1, let's quickly look. We draw a base, 5 centimeters. So here they say, draw a triangle, GTM, where 5 centimeters for GT, TM 4.5, and MG 3. So GT is the 5 centimeters, we draw our line. Then step 2, we want to draw our T. Want to draw, we have T already, we have T here and G. So our apex for this one is going to be M. Going to be M. So M is going to be somewhere here. So the first we look at G. MG is 3 centimeters. So we take our protractor 3 centimeters apart. Sorry, compass. We pull it 3 centimeters apart. And we do that by measuring on the ruler. Then we draw an arc. Then we go from TM or MT is 4.5 centimeters. So you make it 4.5 centimeters and we draw an arc. And here you will see where the arcs come together and where they cross. You can see we can draw a triangle from there. Okay. You know, it's maybe not the clearest explanation, but if you guys have any questions or do not understand, please tell me so I can explain. Okay. So that's basically what it is to draw a triangle. What we have to do to draw a triangle. First the base, then one arc, then the other arc, and then we connect the lines. Okay. I'm not going to give you any more homework. I'm only giving you page 16, question number 3. These 4 questions here, these are the only questions you have to do for homework. I'll inform you of your instructions for the homework in the line group after this lesson. Okay. So, I hope everyone enjoyed the lesson today. Hope you learned something new about triangles. We will still do more. Triangles are very exciting and they have a lot of mathematics involved in them. And you will see that also as we move on a little bit further. So we have 1 minute left. If you want to play some rock, paper, scissors, now is the time to turn on your cameras and to get ready. I'll give you about 5 seconds or 10 seconds to get ready if you want to play. Let's see.
Student, turn on your camera, please.
Who's going to beat the teacher today? Okay, so we have to start before the time catches us. Are we ready? Yes.
Yeah.
So on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, idea. Congratulations, idea for beating teacher. Who else? Willing is a draw. Grape is a draw. Calhoun is also a draw. So good job, idea is the only one to beat the teacher. Congratulations. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I see you guys later in the week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
See you guys too. Bye-bye.